Good evening, and just turn off notifications because what's going to happen? Dirty bones. So good evening and welcome to another Raggy's beer review / tap room thing. And here we go. I'll get rid of that and put that there. I need a beer today. Yeah, don't we all, eh? It's been a really windy day. Really windy. So good evening, Kevin, Benjamin and the two Thomases. And we're all right and surviving in this wind. Earlier, I saw a gust earlier, and it wobbled the Octobroom, that was really, even yesterday with Storm Eunice, it didn't wobble the Octobroom. So that's really strange. In any case, let's crack some beer up. And so, first up from the old Yeastie Boys is their Wizard Motor, an American IPA. Rose gold, juicy, grapefruit, orange, old school, it says. 6.5%. Good evening. And yeah, so I'm sitting on the settee. And part of the new thing that I'm going to do in the beer room is I don't always have to use the seat over there. So obviously I've got bloody cushions at the back of it. And now I'm going to put some beer memorabilia along there. Some beer pump clips and whatnot. So yeah. How is everyone? Is it windy? Because it's windy in Nottingham. Sure, me. So there we go. And good evening, Liam and Mr. Burn Buildings and Shane. Good evening, Dave. How are you, mate? And good evening, Mr. Bolton. How are you? Story time with Raggy. Yeah, it's just a bit more chill, to be fair. Yeah, I'm not surprised in Ireland. It's so windy here. I didn't think this storm was supposed to be here yet, but it certainly is. We're certainly getting a good thump on it. So beautiful looking pour. It's more orangey, amber orangey than what it looks like on the camera. Good evening, Mr. Bramwell. How are we? Yeah, all day wet and windy here. I've even had to shut the door when I was in the beer room to get on with some work. Lots of moisture in here though, because the wood's wet as well that I've been using. So not the greatest. It'll dry out in a few days. They did say yesterday that there was going to be another storm. Yeah, they did say it's looking like it could turn into a storm and bogger me. Another flipping storm. Oh, ridiculous. 3 in a week. And then you've got what's happening in the old Ukraine. That's starting to look quite scary in the Ukraine. And with Boris Johnson saying this could be the biggest war in Europe since 1945. That does send the old panic buttons going. Good evening, Mr. Bowman. How are we? And good evening, Darren. Here we go. So yeah. No, I've not seen the Morrison's video. No. I've been busy all day messing about in here. Storming your house at 2 o'clock this morning. Well, after watching the old boxing. So, like it says, proper old-fashioned grapefruit IPA, American IPA. Yeah. I got it from low cost. Hang in. I've not been able to sit on this settee since about October. So it's just amazing to be able to sit down on the settee. And it's just a pity there's not a lot of beer stuff at the back of me. Putin's been a knob, isn't it? I mean, let's be fair. God knows what we're really playing at. 13 hours out. Whew. Good evening, Slurpee. No boat and that. The bell's all the way over there. I'm not walking over there to have to ring a bell. But yeah, good evening. What's this about a Morrison's video then? Didn't you do a low-cost delivery the other week, Liam? I know, because we both was looking at the same time, although the site went down 13 hours. That's some session. That really is some session. Ukraine. I thought that was a joke. It must be a typo thing. Good evening, Max. No ballet. I could go over there and ring it, to be fair. Or I could chuck something at it. Then again, I'll probably wipe out a load of bottles. 13 hours, eh? Ah, right. Yeah, you see, that day I ordered from low cost. Couldn't get on. The website kept going down. Then later on in the evening, I went on and managed to get a load of beers sorted out. So that was good. You know, good to get the beers in there. So it's kind of nice sitting on the settee doing beer chats. It's kind of different, chilled even. Put the wood on top of the stool so the beer don't rock, and yeah, all very good. So hopefully this wind will stop overnight because it's awful in Nottingham at the moment, and I don't want to be working in the pouring rain tomorrow. Well, I won't. I'll go inside and work inside. Sod working in the rain. Yeah, she had a good night out the other night. Picked up about 8:45, I think. Yeah, and she wasn't steaming, but she enjoyed the night out with friends. Just goes to show you, doesn't it, that to get out there with friends is so important, especially after the last year and a half. I've got lots of DVD. This is the DVD wall at the back of me. Yeah, so it's all the DVDs from the house. That's my son's punch bag. That is needs to piss off outside. I've got all the problem is, because it's a shed, basically. I've got all the cushions, all here, punch bag, and yeah, I haven't finished yet. I'm still about a day or so away from finishing, but it's getting there. It's starting to look pretty good, and just keep tweaking it. Um, it's finding room for me game consoles because Raggy's video nasty's on the back up there. There's lots of my wife's videos on there and all. Yeah. 122 miles an hour in the Isle of Wight yesterday. Ooh. Well, if you're on the way home, hey, yeah, low cost. They're doing brilliant at the moment. Let's be fair. And I've seen today he's doing beer tasting. So it feels dead weird sitting on the settee talking. It really does. Feels like I'm sat in the front room just yakking instead of actually doing a YouTube beer review type thing. Yes, it's nice to have these like meetups again. Isn't it? It's quite chilled and work tomorrow. Although I do actually look forward to work, but I'm not looking forward to the weather and bloody winds. And I was up at 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, and 4 o'clock in the morning. First, the wife was sick, then the son was sick, and I'm going from one to the other, cleaning sick up and that. So it wasn't the greatest of nights. And woke up at 9 o'clock to my son with on his phone at 6 o'clock. Oh, I was fast asleep at 6 in the morning, man. And it on the toilet. Couldn't get a toilet roll at 6 in the morning. Oof, not good. I've got a gas fire. Yeah, can't feel it though over here. Phew. Once I've got everything sorted out, probably tomorrow night, I'll be all right in there and gonna start decorating it with lots of beer stuff. But It's coming along in here. Good evening, Paul. How are we? Old Tom and Broadside. Tell you what, I had a beer last night, Silverback from Blue Monkey Brewery. Stunning, stunning beer. It had the likes of the cakey flavours from Broadside and the likes of King Goblin, but turned up a notch. Stunning beer, absolutely stunning. Just been released on Blue Monkey Brewery's site. So, old-fashioned American IPA, and it's going down well. Wizard Motor, and obviously Yeastie Boys. It says here Devon, or brewed with our friends at Utopian Brewing. I must remember to put that on the thing. But yeah, obviously Yeastie Boys originally from New Zealand. So, look at that, beautiful, good beer. Or you got the box where you just get we get it all chose for you. Good if someone's choosing decent beers for it and recognises your name, obviously. Yes, Silverback, mate. And I tell you what, for your bar, Liam, I picked up a load of pump clips, 50p each. Got 10 of them, and for the price, 50p. It's good to decorate your bar with them. Sunday dinner and a nice plum porter. Play there. Used to brew at Brewdog. Ah, right, yeah. Yeah, I would have thought that you're not sending beer from New Zealand to the UK. Cost wise, it would be horrendous. Um, you bottled your Love Brewing Imperial Stout last week. I actually sampled some last night because in between cleaning up sick, I needed something just to chill me out. It's not nice when you've got two people in the house coughing, and my stomach can't hold it. Well, my stomach, right. But so yeah, I had some of the Love Brewing last night. It says the best thing is to leave it as long as you can. However, it's fantastic. Um, it's fantastic now. Even it's an absolutely stunning imperial stout for a homebrew. It's absolutely amazing. Yeah, the bump clips are bang on. I've just stuck a load on the bar area over there. Um, the hops. Why the hell don't they put the hops in the bag? It doesn't matter fruit in. He chuck these bleeding hops in, and the he chuck the hops in, and the mess it leaves afterwards. I bought, like Bolton said to me the other day about bringing the barrel down the beer room to let the cold get to it. So I have them. It's sat up above me now, so I'm gonna let the barrel, do its thing. And I ain't got no time to bottle it anyway, so it's as simple as that. So I'm gonna let the barrel do its thing, and probably at the end of the week, I'm gonna start bottling. Left in the barrel for 12 months. What, a plastic barrel? That's a good joke. I like that joke. That was funny. I read that as well about the scientists making non-alcoholic beer taste like the proper stuff. Beck's Blue, for me, tastes just like alcoholic beer. And in fact, I'd even drank it and thought, I was getting a hit off it, and I'm thinking, no, can't be getting a hit off bloody Beck's Blue. There's no alcohol in it. unless I drank too much the night before and it just re-triggered the alcohol cell. Makes you wonder, doesn't it? You know, it makes you wonder how much alcohol you get out of your system at any one time. Yeah, frightening, really, especially if you drink every day. You can homebrew. You can homebrew. Well, you can't actually homebrew champagne in itself because you have to go to the Champagne area of France. However, sparkling wine, which champagne, you can do it with elderflower. So when elderflowers start flowering in the next few months, taking the flowers and they've got their own yeast in it, putting it with a load of sugar. I've actually done it on the channel. Putting it in a load of sugar. And what that does then with the sugar, once it's fermented, you put it into bottles and it naturally sparkles. And it's really nice and strong, bloody strong. Old fashion's the way. I will remember that when next time I do the Imperial Stout. But the Imperial Stout's absolutely amazing. For a home brew, I mean, obviously grain brewers can brew a lot better than what home brewers can. No, the sediment's good, Shane. Yeah, yeah. Bitter sediment's no issue at all. I'm not enjoying the weather in the Nottingham either. I mean, today I was in the beer room today doing some woodwork, and all of a sudden there was a gust of wind. Well, it'd been blowing for ages, and there was a gust of wind that rocked me hot tub room, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, that hot tub room's as solid as you can get. So no wonder people's bloody roofs have blew off. Yeah, the elderflower. I think mine was 20% with the elderflower champagne. For another kit from Love Brewing, I'd say that the barley wine kit's worth a punt, especially if you add a bit of I'd add a bit of brown sugar to it and let it go up a bit. Yeah, what's this Morrison's video? I'll have to watch myself later just for the crack, if I remember at least. I'm ignoring myself on that screen. I'm just watching the comments, I am. Yeah. So if you are secondary fermenting, take it from cold, put it in the warm so the bottles go solid, and then you can put it back in the cold if that's where you put it. What was that about waking up? What is it? Is it 10 man's brown ales? The Morrison's challenge. Got to do that just to see what Scott says. That'd be a laugh. Yeah, that's what next on my list to do the barley wine. Last year I used ginger, chopped up ginger to go in the barley wine. I'm tempted to chop up chilies and put chili. Not sure whether you have to boil it first, like you do with ginger. But chop up chili, put chili in the barley wine to make a chili barley wine. I know some local brewers near me did it, and they've done an amazing chili and chocolate imperial stout. The kit, the barley wine. Was that the barley wine or the oat wine from Low Cost? Good hour, mate. Good hour for the yeah. Stopping down here for an hour. I think the wife's already gone to bed. She's not very well. 6 to 8 bottles are solid. If the bottles are solid, they should have already secondary fermented by now. Then. Yeah. I don't use a chainsaw, Davin. We're not legal, so I'm not trained. I can use a chainsaw, but I don't. I don't like. I read the sticker that says danger of death, and it kind of puts me. It puts me off. Yeah. 10 man's brown hair was like, oh God. One man's brown hair was enough. Good evening, Jack. How are we? Oh, the draft. Yes, mate. That is absolutely stunning. Is that Tartarus? The barley wine. Greg loves his man's brown. Oh dear. Eh. So for those coming to the chat or looking in and thinking, where's the bloody beer wall? Well, I'm actually sat on my settee. So I'm obviously in a 16 by 10 shed and I've got a leather settee in it. It used to be in the house. And apart from the fact there's a load of crap on it and a boxing bag, and I've got a DVD wall behind me and I need to populate it with pump clips. But nonetheless, I'm still in the beer room and it's nice to be sat here for a change. Yeah, I always go for the big ones first. My dad used to love barley wine. He used to get steaming on them. Obviously, what's it? The thing don't fall far from the tree. I can't remember the saying, but yeah. But I don't know what barley wines he was drinking back in the day. I presume it was something like Shipston's barley wine. Wraps of cocaine. No porn DVDs here. No, you don't need porn DVDs when you've got exams. Anyway, yeah, there's a fair few DVDs. Just goes to show you, though, doesn't it, that all your DVDs you bought, all your VHS videos, all your Blu-rays nowadays, because of streaming, no one watches any of them. So they're all worthless. You can't. You'll get 5 pence if that. Just if you try to sell them. So the big packets. Oh, they're my cushions. Yeah, them there. Yeah, they're all my cushions. Yeah, blue mover. Yeah. I mean, it's not looking too bad. But, oh, it would make a good beer walk. Good evening, Mr. Hopkins. How are we? Oh, bint over the road. Thankfully, I've not seen it for a few days. I don't want to either. Yeah, yeah. I'd rather look at my own turds and look at her, but there you go. Who's kept off the beer and on a diet? God, I swear. I had someone comment about alcoholism earlier. Hey, very nice of them to care about me. Slurpy's just posted a non-joke. What's going on there? Hey, or is that some sort of joke? No, no. All the bears over there in the background. Yeah, thankfully. Oh, so quite a low ABV for me, 6.5%. Not overly strong as it goes, but nice looking at it. Nice lacing on the glass. What, Stuntman Steve? Isn't it Tyson Fury fighting this weekend coming or soon versus Dillian White? That'll be an interesting fight. Belgian blonde in the fermenter. How much are you brewing at any one time out of curiosity? Is that are you going to Firework next Sunday? Oh, I'd love to go over. We've been it with massive, massive bill, and I do mean massive. So my finances at the moment took took an absolute battering. No, I certainly don't have more beers and DVDs. No, Got about 800 DVDs because they're all up here and all in the new storage area down here in front of me. Josh Taylor versus Jack Catterall. 23-litre batches, so basically the same as me homebrewing them. Is it next Saturday or Sunday that Fire Rock have got that special event for that young girl who's got the robotic arm? Poor thing. But she looked happy still, you know. I did see it earlier today that they posted something. Old Tom and Broadside. It's funny, you know. TV goes down at the house, and we're like, "What do we watch now?" And then you think to yourself, "Got 1,000 bloody DVDs in the shed." Big charity event next Sunday. Let's go. Yeah, I'm hoping to go, but like I say, it's been it with a rather big bill, and don't see myself going out anywhere very soon, unfortunately. But you know, good thing I've got the old beer room to keep me happy. So yeah, 23-litre batches. So how long does it take to brew a batch then, from start to finish? Someone says to me it's a day's process. I'm in the beer shed, mate. Yeah, yeah. So the beer wall's over there in the background. TV's in front of me and the projector and that. In fact, oh gosh, jolly gosh. Let me take this off, unplug the old charger. There we go. So yeah. Oh, there. So yeah, there's the beer wall in the background. And, and there's the TV, projector, all my games consoles and whatnot. And my fridge that's been panelled up out the way. And oh god. And over there, you can just see the new shelf with the blue monkeys on. And I haven't quite finished, to be fair. But yeah. And I thought for once, now I'll sit down in the shed. I'll sit down on my settee instead. Oh, that's better. 5 hours, so quite a task then. I suppose it's what you get out of it, isn't it, Rick? Ring light for his OnlyFans. Oh, dear. It's only a dinky fridge. Yeah, it's only a dinky fridge, unfortunately. Finally got Beak Brewer. Yeah, fair play, fair play. Good evening, Mr. David. How are we? Use beef curtains as password instead. Yeah, there is a room at the back. It's not solidly cladded in. Yeah, there's a space at the back for it. To be honest, I'll only use the fridge for a month or so of the year anyway, and half the time I put them up the house. But it's nice to have the option of using the fridge. House, car, garage. Got a house. I ain't got a garage. No, no, the cars stay on the road. Yeah, yeah. We've even got a driver and we don't park the cars on the driveway. It's too much hassle getting on and off. I used to do it, but you know, every time it's windy, it's like, Jesus Christ. You get out of the car, the gate moves, and it's like, oh, I can't go. So in the end, we stopped using it. But we live on a street where there's plenty of car parking spaces, apart from the idiots around the corner who come and park on outside our next door neighbour's house. And I don't, to tell the truth, I used to be a massive gamer, but these days, you know, with time, um, family and that, I seem to really struggle getting on the game. And you know, drinking don't help because you fall asleep early at night. I mean, although the other night I stopped up till 3 in the morning watching Eternals. So I actually watched it and thought it was an okay film. The last 2 times I fell asleep and I thought it was shite. But this time I watched it and I thought it was okay for what, there's a lot more storyline there than you realise. But yeah, too busy supping. Don't have that much to drink, to be fair. My anxiety tells me off so much for drinking. Every time I have a drink, I feel guilty. So it's difficult. And I try not to read comments that say that sort of thing as well. The last thing you need. What ABV is GTA 5? Yeah, dude. But yeah, I am going to try and get back into gaming. I mean, the Super Nintendo, the Dreamcast. When I look in this bare room in front of me, I've got a PC that I use, a PlayStation Mini, SNES Mini, Mega Drive Mini, GameCube. That's got just used for Game Boy Colors. Who tells Rothracker? Myself. Um, a Nintendo 64, Xbox 360, Wii, Dreamcast, PS3, PS4, and that's just the ones I've got set up here. There's still a PS2 and another GameCube. Yeah, all crafty and is decent. Yeah. It's funny, but that we say I've got a face for radio only. It's funny you say that because sometimes I go to the mirror upstairs and I look great in that mirror, and then I'm out shopping and I look in mirrors and I think shit. And it's amazing how certain mirrors make you feel good and certain mirrors make you feel awful. She did give me a bollocking the other day. I'd overdone it a couple of nights, and it wasn't a proper bollocking, but it was like, calm it down bollocking. Which, I understand that. Bottle of old peculiar. Hey, you can't beat the old days. I mean, they're still so relevant today, and the craft beers come and go like one. You get a good craft beer, and then you can't get it again, and they also cost a lot. Jobbing. Mm. No, it's the toilets upstairs. It's the mirror upstairs in the bathroom. It's a good mirror. Yeah. A peculiar on cats. I need to get out more. Good evening, Mr. Disco. How are we? Did you do a live early? I seen a notification come up. I think Scott was posting about it, to be fair. And yeah, and good evening, Damon. Been a while. Wow, the old crew are coming in tonight. Good to see everyone. Good to see we're all still here. It's been a strange old couple of years, and let's hope that things don't go south in Eastern Europe for us all. Eh? Citrus Smash next week. Wow. I suppose it's great now because you can literally brew whatever you fancy, can't you? And yeah, I need to get back on the ciders. I did do a cider the other day, Summersby, a pineapple. Well, they called it a beer, but I think that's just for the foreign market. That bloke who was streaming the Jets. Now, I've been on an aeroplane, was it 3 years ago, coming back from Ireland, 4 years ago, and we came back in a storm, so Storm Ciara, whatever it's called. And I know what it's like on them planes when they're wobbling from side to side. Scary as hell. And well, only 22 going to Malta. I play there. I play. Yeah, I mean, I'm looking to do this brewing in a bag, which is a cheaper way of doing it. Still using the old fermenting in the plastic buckets like I'm doing now. Used to love Dreamcast last and I put it on their kit. Dreamcast is still, tell you what, the Sega Dreamcast was well ahead of its time. It's just a pity they didn't have the money. Sega ran out of money, the money to back it up because it was a stunning games console. I mean, mine's a hacked Dreamcast, and I ain't got no original games. You can't get them anyway, unless you go to bloody CEX and they charge you a fortune for old games. Yeah, there's only Meg and a couple of others, Tad and that. And obviously Kent and Mersey Bears, and that'd be it. We'd all be like a family together. So, good old fashioned American. Looking, I'm going to the wrong thing. Good old fashioned American IPA there from the Yeastie Boys from New Zealand who brew in where they brew? Devon, Utopian Brewing. Yeah, Nagam was on the other day. Yeah, yeah. He's been on a couple of lives, to be honest. Not recent, just recent. But yeah, I really like that. Good, strong grapefruit taste to it, good twang. And if I was reviewing it at this moment in time instead of just talking, definitely a good 4.3 out of 5. Enjoyable. So, next on the list is Cuddle Party. It's a bit like tonight, really. A little Cuddle Party. A Yeastie Bears, nourishing ale, it says. And it's dark, rich, chocolate caramel, nutty. Ho, ho, ho. And it's 6.4%. And again, I got it from Low Cost Beer in their in a beer hall I got from them. Right. The Lincoln Green glass. Yeah, Cuddle Party. It's definitely looking dodgy on the Russian front, isn't it? You know, you would think with the rest of the world, most of the rest of the world against it, he would not do anything, but who knows? You know, the scary fact is they've also got China on board. And I mean, China's army these days is mega. So that's quite scary as well. You know, I wouldn't want to be in charge of any countries at the moment because it must be a really worrying time. Um, so dark beer it looks brown on camera. Naturally, yeah, dark, very dark. A couple of centimeters of white head on there. Yeah, yeah, we don't want to get involved. I mean, the Ukraine and that, you know, hopefully calmer heads will prevail. Maybe he's just pushing buttons. I mean, sometimes I suppose you know, I don't know, it's strange. It's described as a nourishing ale, 6.4%. Um, dark, rich, chocolate caramel, and nutty. So yeah, like an old-fashioned ale, doesn't it? Quite a nice bite to it. Definitely getting a bit of chocolate coming through straight away. Oh, I get used to this sitting down on my sofa. I might do sofa beer reviews in future. quite nice. Not sitting on, it's sitting on a decent seat. Yeah, with the wind blowing outside. Oh, going down. Tell you what, low cost is just cracking out the beers at the moment. Their draft range. If I lived near Cambridge, I'd be skinned. It does, doesn't it? It does. It does look a bit porterish. They call it a nourishing ale, but these days, I mean, I reviewed one earlier that was a cold IPA. Be a bugger if I was in the shed and the shed blew off. That'd be funny. Yeah, I know. I know what you're saying, Liam. I'd probably fall asleep on here. You know, when you get drunk and start getting a bit warm. They're all my outside cushions for all my seating areas outside. I've got three seating areas. So you know, if you know how you do for the winter, for the summer months. Usually, I put them in the summer. I put them in the octave room because the octave room is dry and warm. But this time of the year, the octave room's a bit not so nice. Sofa cushions, yeah. Plum stout. I'd love to make a plum porter. Yeah. Hey, there's a brew for you, Mr. Bolton. Plum porter. But an imperial plum porter that tastes like Titanic. Now that would be a challenge, wouldn't it? A challenge to brew. And I suppose some ways, when you look at recipes, if you're a grain brewer, you can get the recipes to clone beers. And because obviously some people out there put the recipes online, don't they? Packs of cocaine. Never touched stuff. There'd be some, wouldn't it? There'd be some packs there if that was. Jesus Christ. Hey? I'll be glad when they're out of here. They're doing me nothing. I've got more crap in here than a little. And here, I built storage room all the way under here and at the back as well, just to get rid of everything. Oh, it's the door. It's showing the stuff rattled up by the door. I'm trying to look myself to see what it is. Brew farm software. Thousands of recipes. I'm selling my pints. Yeah, I'm getting so it's okay, but for 8 or 9 pints, it's more of a gimmick for me. I've done well out of it, you know. I've had a few free kits, and so it doesn't cost me anything. It doesn't owe me anything, and I'm going to sell it on. I've got a friend who's supposedly going to buy it off me, but I've still got two kits in the fridge. So it's either he buys it or I brew the two kits and go from there really. But I definitely want to do some more. I want to do some more, like with the Evil Dog brew that I did. I want to change the hops. So the hops that come with it, I want to use the kit, but change the hops. Just put different hops with it and see what comes out. And because you've got a great base kit there that you can play around with, and especially if you put the ABV up. You're off work tomorrow, aren't you, Liam? On the Old Home Brew. Yeah. Sadly, I'm on another 4 day week this week. Yeah, another day's already booked off. So it's dead weird not going to work on a Friday. But hey, I look forward to it. Although I think this Friday I'm actually doing some gardening for one of my gardening. All my gardening jobs reopen now. Kept blowing the seals on the pinter. I've had no issues with the pinter seals on mine. No, I don't work Sundays and Mondays. It's a bugger working Saturdays, isn't it? Holidays, mate. I need to get the holidays in. Yeah, so I've got to get. I think it was 7.5 days holidays in before the end of April, and I just haven't felt the need to take holidays. And soon the growing season's coming soon. Biotransformation. Oh, followed by a dry up. Something like a Wilco's IPA kit, because they're as cheap as chips, they are. I do like the Wilco's kits because they're cheap, but they still, when you play around with them, they do good. Lorna. So fell apart the pint of two. I wasn't interested in the pint of two. For me, the range of beers they're bringing out just isn't interesting enough. But yeah, playing around with kids. Do you mean more expensive IPA kits? Yeah, you can't cash the days in. So I've got several. I'm making. I'm not booking a full week off because I've got my seed starting to grow, and it's a critical time of the year coming up. So apart from Easter, because I've actually booked the Thursday and the following Tuesday off to make nearly a week off work with the bank holidays. But so I'm just scrambling to get days in all the way up to the end of April. It's nice to be in a job where you're not like wanting to have time off all the time. Um, well, I get left alone anyway, so it doesn't really matter to me. Yeah, I've never had a failed brew on the pint or either. The dog, fair play to him, he's I think he's slowly going blind. He's certainly flipping deaf, and he's got a gammy back legs, and he shits and pisses where he feels these days. We have to make sure we get him outside, but as soon as he wakes up, and then keep knocking him outside every hour. But he's still here, and he's still a nut. He has a poo, and he runs inside like he's won the World Cup. He was in the bin earlier trying to make chicken out of the bin. That really bleeded. I had to put the top back down on the bin. Evil Dog is a stunning kit. Yeah, it's probably the best kit on the market as an IPA. Interesting. I might try that. Just, I want to bring to the masses a way of doing that grain brewing, but not with grain brews. You know, getting own brew kits, but trying to, exploiting, like you say, the evil dog kit, and exploiting the evil dog, but doing different things with it. And that's why I played around with the Imperial Stout, and I will be doing as soon as I can actually get on to doing it when I'm not so busy. Um, but yeah, these homebrew kits, for people who are on a budget who can't afford and haven't got the expertise to do either grain brewing, but don't mind chucking some different hops in and that. It's interesting to see what you can do with these kits. Like Evil Dog, like you say, it's a kit where even without adding sugar, you can brew up to anything up to 9%, and from anything from about 7.5 to nearly 9. So Benjamin, a friend of mine who runs a homebrew shop in Nottingham, Verdant, Amarillo, and Citra. Can't remember what the ones are that was in the. I've seen the Bang the Elephant brew kit. Yeah, Yeah, this at brew day. So if for those who do grain brewing or are interested, at brew day, they've got some kits that are of then moving into spare room. Well played there. But yeah, at brew day they've got some kits that are Nottingham Brewery kits, and Lenton Lane have done one. Lenton Lane Brewery, they've done a couple actually. Neon Raptor have done one, and now Bang the Elephants have joined, and it's very interesting. You know, from those who do grain brewing, which is why when I do this brew in a bag, hopefully I can replicate. Um, there's a piece of equipment called a IFCO, some sort of boiling jobber with a temperature gauge on it, and it's about 110 quid. And then you can use that apparently with boiling the bag, brewing the bag, and then you put it into your normal fermenters afterwards, and that's probably the way that I'll go, because I can get the wife to buy me for my birthday. So, yeah, and then talk to my local brewing place and get them to try and do me some recipes and see what they charge. So does the grain brewing work out cheaper in the long run? Obviously, after you bought your kit, you know, can you brew a 40 pint for less than what you're brewing? You know, like what I'm doing with people. Dog Homebrew Network on YouTube. 20 pints of rhubarb ale, 7%. Oh, get it. 7.52 already. That's going down well, that is. I don't know what sort of style beer it's supposed to be. I get the caramel, I get the chocolate, but I get a taste to it that's more, I don't know, a bit like an IPA sort of taste going on. The hops. So if you was to brew like an imperial stout, would that be an expensive thing to brew, or is that just the amount of malt and? I know when I did the Ragged's Golden Ale, there was a lot of shit coming into that, you know, and that was only a 3.9% beer. So it's all about the with kit with grain brewing, do what you like. The kits, you're basically limited. Yeah, I do get that. Yeah, I did say to the local people the other day, can you not? Is there not a way for you to do the grain kits in more of a? It's cheap to brew an imperial barley. I don't want to support that with the ABV side. But I suppose they're not really hot, mega hot based, are they? Mm, very interesting. Yeah, this brew in the bag. It's definitely an area I want to go to. Evil Dog's stunning. Yeah, it is. It is. It's the third time now I've brewed it, and I did brew the head cracker from Woodford's as well, the barley wine, 7% or supposed 7%, and again that was stunning. Yeah. The doors firmly closed. It's windy out there. It's dropped from earlier though. It was really windy earlier. It's coming up north. Yeah, it's left Nottingham. It's coming your way now. Back to work tomorrow. Good evening. Back to the old. Well, it's not chucking it down. It's not chucking it down tomorrow. It's not chucking it down, I'm on top of a bank, cleaning the bank off and planting forsythias and strawberries of all things. But if it's chucking it down, then I'm inside the marquee, and hopefully it hasn't collapsed with all this wind. But hopefully I'll be planting loads of seedlings tomorrow. I've had my dinner, yeah. I had chicken breast with Stilton. Yes, that was a good one. Third storm in a week. I mean, that's scary, isn't it, when you think about it? Well, you build your own interpretation of her damn footy. Do you know you need? I would, when it comes out, and do do a video and a bit of a review of it, because that Verdant putty was getting some big views on YouTube initially, at least. 15 quid just for the ingredient. Wow. You've still got a barrel full of rosé wine. I've got no wine. Well, I've got some red wine in the barrel there. Evening, Mr. Merseybeards. Imperial Red Kit from Bulldog. Yes. Yes, mate. I brewed it once, but I brewed it down the shed and it went cold. And then I took it up the house and it took a while to get going. So I don't think that it brewed properly. £5 for a beak beer. I'm trying to keep off the expensive stuff. Stay off the wine. Yeah. So I need to stay off spirits as well. That's what gets me bollockins. Yeah, bollockins off the wine. Yeah. It's sneaking down the beer shed for a quickie, sneaky wine or spirit. Not good. Don't end well. Don't do it. I'm not interested in drinking just one bloody beer. I don't care if it's a hype beer because someone made it. I'll drink it if it's something that ticks my boxes. But I've read about putty and I wasn't overly impressed. It's just, yeah, there's nothing stand out about it for me. Um, Jack Daniel's apple. No, not yet. No, no. I need to get it in a miniature. Yeah, I don't. Don't drink spirits then. Try not to. Try not to get into trouble. Smack botty drinking spirits. Chocolatey caramel. I've never had it, but I've seen all the bravado. But light bulb. I've reviewed light bulb. Yeah, I've done that. Didn't really rate it. I didn't think it was that good. I do think that some of these breweries are well overrated. Oh, it's from this brewery. You drink it, you think, yeah, I've drank better from other breweries. So, I mean, to be fair, I've drank Cloudwater, and those ones at Tesco's were rubbish. But I have drank Cloudwater, not from Tesco as well. Watered down version. So you probably know more about craft beers than I do in that respect. I certainly know my tradition of craft beers. I'm not so over enthusiastic in paying 10 quid for a can of something, and unless it's a big bloody imperial stout. Vocation, yeah, I think Vocation for me are one of the best in the UK at doing craft. Um, I do like their beers. I mean, Was it a sour that I had the other week? I can't remember what it was now, but it was absolutely stunning. One day I dragged the wife up to Hebden Bridge, a good sea vocation, although she can drive back. Um, Go to the brewery and that and do a bit of a walk around and see what's cracking. One of these days, at least, one we'll try and stay over up there. Northern Monk, yeah, Northern Monk do some amazing stuff. To be fair, that oat wine that I had the other week, wow, that was nice. Cloud Waters on cat. Let's go. There's certainly hypes, putty up. When you look all over the internet, there was massive hype for putty. I mean, I suppose as a brewery, you want somebody. If you're bringing a beer out and everyone's hyping, it's good for you because people are just going to buy it. I've never been. Wonder how far it is from Nottingham. A couple of hours. I don't even know where Hebden is. I mean, I know it's up north, Yorkshire, but that's about as much as I know. Take home is from Fire Rock. That's what I need to do, Liam. I need to come up, maybe have a couple of beers, and then take a load home. That would be a good plan. Yes, rather than get because the cost of buses up there, ridiculous. 12 quid for a frigging bus. Yeah, this Bang the Elephant collab's taking its time to show its face, isn't it? I thought it was going to show its face. Waiting on the pump clips to be delivered. Yeah, I'm wondering because it was supposed to come out just after New Year, and it's now the end of February. Well, you know, middle to the end of February coming up, and it's still not out. Well, it's a big impy, so it won't be all big news. Oh, that's coming. Can't say anything yet. Yeah, coming. Not really beer related, but certainly big news for me at least. Get the caravan over the road for a tap room for me. That'd be good, right? Yeah. Wouldn't want to be one driving it, would you, next day? But oh, tap rooms. God, if you've got the money, the time to go around, wow, what a job! Hey, doing a tap room pub crawl of the UK. God, what a job that'd be. Hey, one a day, one tap room a day. God, hey, 3 years later, you're still going at it. Like, now, when's this going to end? So, not sure what this is supposed to be. I mean, it's classed as a nourishing ale. I mean, it lives up to what it says: chocolatey, caramel, a little bit nutty. But to put it in an area, I mean, there it looks like very dark amber there, with a little white head. You get like an old ale smell to it. Very different, very different from Yeastie Boys. Going down, Bob, but very different. Glad it's not warm. I think I fall asleep if I was on the settee. Couple of big, strong imperial stouts. I'd be fast asleep. There's one good thing about being sat on the chair. Very hard to fall asleep, but sitting here, I could just nod. That's not good. Not good at all. Yeah. Just imagine one night down here at 11 o'clock past sleep, wife comes down. What the bloody hell are you doing? It'll happen one day. One day soon. Bound to. Law of averages. So I think that side died because I'm not seeing. Here we go. Yeah, that side has died. Maybe the internet's gone down, but no one was talking. Bugger. Ah, there we go. That's why. Here's me thinking no one's talking. I'm looking, and hey, up, come back on that. Twat has. There you go. Hey, up. Yeah. No, all the beers are over there. Yeah, I'm sat in a different place. Hey, up. I'm getting a load of conversation all at once. Here's me thinking everyone's booked up. And Blockbusters. Yeah, it's a bit like Blockbusters, isn't it? Yeah. There will be more beer stuff on. I've got a load. I've been given a bag full of pump clips and stuff. So I'm going to repopulate the room massively. And my phone's going to die anytime soon, which is a bit of a shit. But there you go, I suppose. Baker's Bolts in Stockport. Stockport. We've not been at Stockport for ages. So that's going down well. Thankfully, last beer of the night. Unless I have a sneaky one later, but you never know. I may always have a sneaky. I got the Blue Monkey pump clips. Yeah, so I got them, but somebody was working on a pub and a friend of ours, and they said to me, "Oh, do you want any of these? We're chucking them." And they had a load of pump clips. So a friend of my wife, she grabbed a load for me, a bag full. So yeah, I've got a load to put around on all the empty bits of wood. Really want to bump it up, make it look like a bit of a micro pub in here. And yeah, although it looks like that anyway, if you look at the back wall. Hey, chat's disconnected over there again. Oh, for God's sake. Oh no, it's back on. I would fall asleep on this couch if I was there. Stout Jock Impy. Imperial version of Plum Porter on cask. Ooh, Titanic Port. Yeah, I've still got them 5 of those Raggy's pump clips. Yeah, I've got them upstairs in the house. Yeah, and I scrounged the others off work just so I make sure I got them. Yeah, talking about screws. Yeah, the Wilco screws are amazing. You know, if you ever have to screws for any jobs, the pick and mix screws, if they've filled them up, my God, you can get like 15 to 20 quid's worth of screws for £3.75. Amazing. Ah, Grand Reserve. Yeah, 6.5%. That is. Yeah, sadly, it's not Imperial, but I suppose you could call it Imperial. Some people class 6.5 as Imperial. I mean, that's fair. King Goblin's classed as an Imperial, and that's only 6.6%. So, phone's going to die. I enjoyed this. I'm not sure classed as a nourishing ale. I mean, it's different. I get chocolate caramel. It's not a stout. Um, it's like an ale, but with flavour, and it's really different. It's really hard to put it into any. It's really hard to put it into any category, but it's very nice. You're building a playground for the kids. Yeah, this weather's shit, isn't it? But yeah, nice tasting nonetheless. Cuddle party from the old Yeastie Boys. Imperial. Oh, Imperial plum porter. That'd be interesting, especially one that's. If you've ever had Titanic Brewery's plum porter, and especially the Grand Reserve, it's quite a sweet plum, and ooh, an imperial version would be. As for this beer, for me, about 4.3 out of 5. Would I drink it again? Yeah, because it's a very different beer. Very um, you can't put it into a category. When it says nourishing ale, it means something very different. Next live beer review Wednesday. Yeah, back on Wednesday. I've got 2 Blue Monkey beers to do, and I'm gonna try and do them a few days in advance so that people can see what I am and if they can get hold of them to join us. With a lot of beers, it's really difficult. So unless it's supermarket beers, it is difficult. Right. Really enjoyed the chocolatey and that. And sadly, I've got to go because one, I'll get a bollocking, and two, I've got to get everything ready for work in the morning. um, got to run. Thank you all for joining in tonight. I'm talking to the Chromebook. You still got your blue monkey hat? I ended up with a blue monkey hat at one stage. God knows where I got it from. Must have been yours. And yeah, I remember there was a photo of me with a blue monkey hat. Didn't really like it. Are you drunk, you two? Lucky people. Eh? I'm not even half drunk. Eh? Might need a swifter before I go up the house. But thanks for joining tonight. It's great to get back on the lives and back on Wednesday at 7 o'clock. And maybe even tomorrow night if the wife goes out to the exercise classes like she says she is. So I might come down the beer room and do a bit more. Cheers all. Thank you for joining in. Oh, it was your that. I thought so. A dog shit live. Cheers.